Yo guys, Spiderbite here. This is our compilation guide for the Black Ops 2 Origins Little Lost Girl achievement, the main Easter egg in Origins Release Samantha. Now, the main Easter egg aligns with the steps that we saw from the Black Ops 1 campaign when Mason and Reznov were escaping Vorkuta. The steps to escaping Vorkuta. Step 1, secure the keys. Now, in our case, the keys are the ultimate staffs, and it's quite a process from assembling the staff and then upgrading each one. So we're going to provide a separate guide for each and every staff, not only finding the components, building the staff, and then completing the challenges, and finally upgrading the staff. So look for those. Once we do have them, the links will be provided in the description, as well as annotations provided for each of the 4 staffs. We have the Staff of Lightning, the Staff of Ice, the Staff of Wind, and the best one of all, in my opinion, the Staff of Fire. Step number 2 is Ascend from Darkness. So once you've completed upgrading all 4 staffs, you will notice that you have staff slots appearing in each of the 3 robots, as well as in the main dig site. Now, one caveat I will state right here is that you must have all generators powered in order for these additional staff slots to appear. And I will state, if you do run into problems with any of these steps, ensure first that all 6 generators are in fact running the entire time. Now, each staff has a specific slot going left to right facing the robots. You've got Freya over on the church side. Freya requires the Staff of Ice. The center being Odin. Odin requires the Staff of Wind. And then last but not least, Thor over on tank and slash spawn side requires the Staff of Lightning. The final staff slot location is in the dig site at the very bottom in front of the 4 original staff locations. That location requires the Staff of Fire. They can be completed in any order, but once you do complete that, all staffs then disappear, as well as the staff slots out of the 3 robots, as well as the dig site, and the staffs, the upgraded ultimate staffs, reappear in their staff slots in the main dig chamber. Step number 3, Rain Fire. A prerequisite to this step is that you obtain the Tokyo lanterns slash beacons. It's basically secondary equipment that goes in place of monkey bombs. If you have monkey bombs, you get the lanterns. It replaces the monkey bombs. Now, we do have a separate guide for obtaining the Tokyo lanterns, so please click on the annotation link in the video or in the description to find that. Now you only need to have 1 player to have the lanterns. What that 1 player is going to do is sit out behind Stamina while another player enters any one of the 3 robots. You'll notice that after completing step number 2, all 3 robots now travel at the same time every single time, and the frequency of their feet being available to be opened is reduced. You're going to need another player. This has been confirmed at least with 2 players, 2 to 4 players. I don't think yet on solo, because you'd have to be pretty quick. Basically, have another player go up into any one of the robots. The robots now have, in place of the staff slots, they now have red buttons, and the red button links a firing control to the Tokyo lantern slash beacon. So as soon as the player goes up into the robot, hits the button, coordinate with the second player on the ground in behind Stamina, who has equipped the Tokyo lanterns. Throw the lantern over onto this area, which is the seal. We have to break the seal, according to Samantha. Once you do that, you see a bunch of bombs come in. The robot linkage to the firing system launches rockets at that location and breaks the seal. Now we have this pit sitting out there. Alright, we're halfway there. Step number 4, unleash the horde. Prerequisite, Maxis drone built and equipped. We're going to send the Maxis drone into the pit, in through the seal, and we are going to certainly unleash a horde of Panzer Soldats. I believe it's approximately 2 per player. Could be wrong. Maybe it's a maximum of 6. But, yeah, these guys come at you fast and furious. I would recommend what we did with a 4-player group is 1 player hold a group of zombies over by Jug, and the rest of the group is over here by Stamina, because the majority, if not all of the Panzer Soldats do come down here over by Stamina, and I've got the fire staff being the most effective staff versus them. but all of the staffs upgraded. And charge, make sure you're holding that button, that trigger button down to charge the staff in order to take out those Panzer Soldats. If you need any help in constructing Maxis, the Maxis drone, we will link you to a video in an annotation as well as a description to a video for that. On to step number 5, Skewer the Winged Beast. Now, one thing we do in our games, when you initially power generator number 1, you get a zombie blood reward. We always leave that there for this step. Now, if you don't have this one available, obviously there are other ways to get a zombie blood. Number 1, drops from killing zombies. Number 2, from dig sites. And there is another way we'll show you in the second part of this step. Since we have the one available in spawn, I'm going to go down there and go into zombie blood mode. Now, what you're looking for is a glowing biplane. There will be one glowing biplane. You can just come outside of spawn and wait for it. It took a little bit longer on this run through than it has in previous runs, but it will appear, and you just shoot it down. You can shoot it down with any weapon. I wouldn't recommend the staff, but I'm using the MP40. Okay, so part 2 of step 5 of Skewer the Winged Beast. Now that we've shot down the biplane, there is a hidden zombie that runs circles in and around the dig site. You can only see this zombie in zombie blood mode. So as I mentioned, there are a few ways to get zombie blood. We've used the one that we got initially from powering generator number 1. So the only other ways we're going to get it is from a dig site, from a drop from a zombie, which we do end up getting in this run through, as well as a third way, which we'll show you quickly here. There are 3 carts in and around the dig site that are normally on fire. The first over by Jug, the second over by the workshop, the third near Stamina. If you put out all 3 fires in rapid succession, you will get a zombie blood drop at the top of the dig site. You can use this to find the hidden zombie. Now, because the zombie always runs in a clockwise direction, what I recommend, whenever you get a zombie blood drop, you go in the reverse direction. You go counterclockwise, or anti-clockwise, as we like to call it. I recommend the person who is doing this to have the fire staff and to charge it up. It is pretty difficult to take down the zombie. If you're using a regular gun, I doubt you will get it in time. I actually end up taking a couple shots with the fire staff before charging it, before I finally take him down. And then once he is gone, he is replaced, or he drops the Maxis drone. The cool thing about this is that the Maxis drone is now upgraded, and he is pretty damn effective, I will tell you that much. One thing I should note about getting the zombie blood by putting out the fires in the carts, the fires do reignite every round when it is not raining, okay? If at the start of the round it is raining, the carts will not ignite. If the rain stops or it starts snowing, the next round, the carts will be lit up again, and you can get another zombie blood drop. On to step number 6, Wield, a fist of iron. Now, one prerequisite for this is that you have your melee upgrade, or we call the bro fist, equipped, so you can punch the zombies, all right? And if you have trouble with that, it's a challenge you complete by filling the 4 boxes located in and around the map with zombie souls. We have a separate video for that, or will have, and when we do, we'll link it for you in a video annotation and or the video description. One by one, I mean, you can try it all 4. I suggest one by one, players go down into the very bottom of the dig site. And what will happen is the Templar zombies will spawn in, but there will be something different about them. Their hands, their fists will be glowing. They'll have this white glow emanating from their hands. So you want to melee them. Each player, 20 melee kills from these glowing-handed Templar zombies, all right? So what we did to make this go more quickly, the first time around we had the other players just run zombies. So at the beginning of the round, or whatever, wherever you are in the round, don't kill any other zombies. The only player that's killing zombies is the player that's down at the bottom of the dig site. All right? The other players just round up zombies. Once there are no more zombies spawning in on the dig site, you have your other players, assuming they're separated. We usually run one at Jug, one at generator number 3, and one at Stamina. Well, one of those players will take their group of zombies. They'll just go through the portal into the crazy place. All right. So because the other players are too far away, those group of zombies, let's say that player had 10 zombies, they will respawn, and chances are some of them will respawn down in the pit. That way, you're trying to complete the Easter egg step as an early round as possible. Because if you killed all the other zombies, this is just going to take you longer. It's going to take you more rounds and take longer to complete this cycle, all right? So, and we just repeated that. So the player would then, some zombies would spawn in at the crazy place, and then they go back through the portal, and the ones that were in the crazy place would then despawn and then respawn outside, and hopefully more zombies will come into the bottom of the dig site. So again, all 4 players have to do this. Once you've meleeed 20 of these zombies, you get this Brofist drop. It's glowing, and once you pick it up, you now have the Iron Fist. The cool thing about it is, and we'll do a video on this separately, but if you have an elemental staff equipped while you're completing this part of the Easter egg, your Brofist, if you don't, let's say for example you didn't have an elemental staff, you'd have this upgraded Iron Fist. It's hugely effective, way more so than the non-upgraded version, but if you have a staff, you'll get an additional elemental effect. And let me tell you, the Fire Staff elemental effect for this fist, this upgraded fist, we call it the Phoenix Fist, is awesome. And you get elemental effects for all of them, wind, ice, as well as lightning, but the one that I like the most is the Fire Staff elemental effect on your Brofist. And that's it. That's it for the step, Wield the Fist of Iron. Again, all players that are in the game have to do this, not just one. If you're playing 2-player, it has to be both of you. If you're playing 4-player, it has to be all 4 players have to complete this step. Step number 7, raise hell. All 4 ultimate staffs have to be placed back in their slots in the crazy place before you can proceed here. You got to put them all back, so you're not going to have the staffs available for killing the zombies here. Now, you have to kill zombies in the crazy place. There is this orb that sits above the center blue disc on the floor, and you have to get zombie souls. Zombie souls are absorbed into that blue light, all right? So, easiest way or safest way is for one person to run in the crazy place and the other players to run in their locations, for instance, at Jug, at Stamina Up, or Generator 3, and do the same thing we did with the Brofist kills in the dig site. You can do it the same way to have not as many zombies spawning in at the crazy place at one point in time. We decided last night that we were going to go through and just all 4 of us were going to be in there. We all had our upgraded elemental effect Brofist upgrade. We thought, you know what, we're just going to run it. And it's quite a few zombies. It may take you a couple of rounds, especially if you're doing it just one player in the crazy place and the other players end up killing zombies. But once you get enough zombie kills and enough souls sucked up into that light above the blue disc, this is what happens.
This is what happens when you get too close.
The ancients found the way to bridge the void. Follow in their footsteps.
And our final step, freedom. Prerequisite, we got to have Max's drone equipped. We're going to go back into the crazy place, and we're going to let Maxis go free, and he will fly up into the void. And here's what he says.
Hover sequence initiated. Samantha, I must go to her. The paradox must be resolved.
At last, I'm to be freed from Agartha. Your reward awaits you, my heroes. You only have to step into the light.
Bye, Maxis. See you later. Anyways, now that that's completed, that center disc becomes a teleporter. We can go over and stand on it and teleport away. which essentially ends the game. So let's take another look at the ending cutscene, and that's it, guys. That is our compilation video for Little Lost Girl. Hope you enjoyed. Spider out.
As the gates to Agartha opened, the 4 heroes were rewarded with riches beyond imagination. From that day forward, they knew that Samantha would keep them safe. Forever.
You're getting everything wrong. I told you before their eyes should be blue.
It's my turn, Eddie. I can do whatever I want.
But you don't even know how to play properly. Girls don't know enough about zombies.
What's the choice of it, children? Make sure the windows are locked before you come down to the basement.
We'd better do what your dad says. I didn't even get my turn.
Tomorrow, Eddie, you get to make the rules. I promise. Come on, Fluffy.
I wish the heroes in our stories were real, Sam.
I know what you mean. But we will make everything okay. My dad says he has a plan.